beautiful couple weeks in the Bahamas and Virgin Islands. We have jumped back into everything. My parents are here. We've been doing a few boat jobs, but we flew in 2 days ago and we're already about to go through the canal. So getting to Panama and clearing customs and immigration and scheduling your canal date can be a bit complicated. I hired an agent who took care of everything clearance related. And I didn't have to go in person to clear customs or immigration. One thing I'm really excited about is that my new sales from Precision Sales just got in. I emailed them once I got to Panama a while ago and said, hey, my sales ripped. I really need new sales for this crossing. One, so I can use my old ones as backup in case something happens, and two, those were ripped and I'm going on a 25 to 35 day crossing and I need new ones. So Precision got sales turned around super quick. I'm about to go pick them up, hoping I did all my measurements right and they fit. And I think that's the last thing I'm really waiting for. My long stay visa has been approved and their state passport, so I should be able to pick that up in the next day or two. I'm watching weather windows. I need to get Mako's vet visit done and provision, and that's all we have left to do. So makes sense, the route it's choosing, but I'm not gonna do that. So I'm gonna show you guys what I'm gonna do. At the moment, it's taking me kind of south out of here, and then I go north of Galapagos based on this route, which does make sense because if I play it, I would be riding the wind more than motoring into it, and then I'd catch the trades and that. However, the trades are more consistent if you go the south route and based on this chart. So this is the wind model. So this is today. Obviously I'm right here. wind, but it's a little rainy and the rain isn't gonna go anywhere for a while. So I'm gonna have wind coming straight out of here, south. Not the strongest wind, but enough. And then it's going to come out from the south. So I'm gonna try to ride this wind down here, south, a little bit more than I need to. And then hopefully turn into this and continue sailing from there. So I may have to motor a little bit right by Ecuador in this little area, but for the most part, sorry about that, for the most part, I should be able to ride that south, catch that south wind at some point. So like right there, I may struggle a little bit, and then I will be going west. So it looks like again there's light wind there. Get this week's meals done and get going. It's raining. I really don't want to like leave in the rain, so I need to be off the dock. It's 12:20 now, and that's it. Clean cameras. Most cameras are ready. I'll get a little more ready before we really leave. You ready?